All right, everyone, welcome back for the fourth game playthrough in my uh, campaign with Freshwater Fly. I've now advanced to location 3, Snake Run. Um, I lost my first game at Crooked Fork, and then I've won the last two. So let's see if I can keep my momentum going in Snake Run. And so, just to catch you up on how I spent my stars after the last game. Um, I chose to get three, so I'm getting 3 rock cards per deck now. So I've maxed that out, and um, I'm now getting a skill card to start the day. Um, and I was kind of debating between getting a skill card and getting a finesse to start. One finesse is not really that much, whereas the skill card kind of gives you the opportunity uh, to build on something, kind of construct your opening strategy. Uh, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll go and randomly select my skill card. Let's see what I have for this day. Steelhead and brown are worth 1 point more. Okay. Not, that's not blowing me away. Um, because I'm gonna keep the same reel, so I'm using 3B, is same as last time, and brown trout aren't even listed here. I'm getting no bonuses for brown, so I'm probably not going to catch any brown. And steelhead is way up here at the top. Um, it's worth 4 if I get a steelhead and dolly pair, but there also are not any steelheads on the board. So um, that might this card may just not even be useful at all. Um, So, just looking at the board, though, let's kind of talk through my opening strategy here. Um, so, my board, I get bonuses for every cutthroat and brook pair, rainbow and grayling pair, and dolly and steelhead pair. I also get 3 points for every a pair of hatch tokens of the same color. So, looking out here, we've got several cutthroats. We have a couple rainbow. We have only one coho, so that's interesting. We have one dolly, a couple grayling, several brook, several brown here. So these brown trout are not interesting to me. I don't want to catch them. I want to stay away from them. Um, I'm seeing a kind of a good possibilities with rainbow and grayling. These two grayling here are both right next to rock cards. So if I can catch one of them, I could get another skill. These rainbows are kind of further away, but I could drift down, and the lower the fish is on the board, further to the left, potentially the easier it is to catch because you can drift onto it and draw more hatch tokens. The ones up here are much harder. So, you know, with that, I'm kind of thinking to start out with, I'm going to maybe try to catch some graylings and work towards the rainbow grayling pair. Um, and I'll start with this silver one, because that may be the big grayling, and I might get a bonus achievement star at the end of the game. The graylings don't go to gold like the other fish. Um, so yeah, I don't know. That's kind of maybe my opening move. The silent angler scores 1 point for every unique colored hatch token. So I guess that's a max of 6 points if he had uh, one of each kind. And then he scores 3 bonus for every green, 2 for every silver, and 1 for every gold. So I don't think that fully balances out. I still think the gold is probably the best. Um, although the lower end. So, what this tells me though is maybe the way to beat him is to try to force him away from catching this set. So this, if he can get one of each, he gets another 3 points. So maybe I just try to push him towards away from completing the three set. I could also try using him to clear fish that I don't want. But the reason I increase my rock cards to 3 is that I really want to make use of sending him into these rows to decrease his chances of catching a fish at all. Um, if he does, he'll pull from the rock deck, but with 3 cards there, it could potentially last a while. And he doesn't draw strike cards if he lands on the rock card. So, with that, I think we can get started. I've tied a green fly because we've got some green tokens all up here. So uh, they're going to be coming down. I guess the alternative would be gray. We've got grays coming. Yeah, I'm going to change my mind. There's a lot of colors out there. Um, so let's go with gray. And we roll, go ahead and start here. We just roll 5 dice. 6, 6, 1, 1, 3. All right. Well, that 6 is essentially good for me. I can drift down onto the grayling. Unfortunately, I don't really want this cutthroat. I guess I could do the cutthroat. I could pair it with this green brook. I don't want any of the, yeah. Well, where would I send the angler? I'd like to send him into the 3. Um, Column 1 has a couple goldfish, not great, but that means there's 2 ones. So I think I'm probably going to be doing 3 and a 1 for him. All right, well, let's go ahead and cast. I think let's go on to this brook trout. So according to my bonuses, that would be paired with a cutthroat to get the 3 bonus. Well, let's see if um actually I'm going to change that up. I'm going to go into the brown, and I'm going to because um I want to drift onto this cutthroat. So when you drift, you draw 2 additional strike cards. So if I didn't catch this brook, I'd be drawing 2 on this brown in order to get to this grayling. And so the chances of catching this brown are pretty high. But this way I can drift onto that cutthroat. And I definitely like him better than the brown. So anyway, we'll draw for this brown. No. Okay, drift onto the cutthroat. Yes. Okay, so we have a gold cutthroat on the line. He's only worth 5, but he only has a drag of 1. So that will make him a little bit easier to catch. There's a dolly. Okay. Well, not off to the start I'd hoped for, but this green brook trout could pair with the cutthroat if the silent angler doesn't get him. So 6. I don't have any finesse. It has a drag of 1, so this one die is kind of useless to me. It's here. I'll put my exhausted dice off the board. Oh, I need to grab my gray hats token. There we go. So a 6 would just send me right back onto this spot, and then the 1 is useless again. So I think in any case, I'm going to be taking this 1 for finesse. And I don't think it matters whether I do it now or later. So let's go ahead and head all the way around. I suppose I could leave the 1 for the angler and send him twice into this column. There's a couple goldfish there, though. The 3 would give me the momentum tile. I'm using the same momentum as last game. So maybe that's what I should do. Although I don't want him to catch. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep the 1 and take it for 2 finesse. I just don't want to. I want to have him cast into onto this rock first. So he casts onto the rock, and then he drifts upwards. So does he catch this brook trout? I sure hope not. No. Did he catch the rainbow? No. All right. So our plan worked. We avoided a 2-fish turn for him. So second die, he casts onto the rainbow. And does he catch the rainbow? No. Cutthroat? No. Ah, okay. He caught the 3rd fish, but he caught the green cutthroat, which is kind of the best possible outcome. I guess maybe not catching a fish would have been even better, but um, he got this green one, so it's worth 1, but he gets the 3 bonus, so that's worth 4 points for him. And here he gets the yellow notch token. Right, and there's our first steelhead. Old steelhead. All right. Well, on to the next turn here. Love our start, but nothing terrible happened. At least the angler didn't get 2 fish that turn. So go ahead and roll 4 dice. 6, 3, 3, and 2. We need 5, 10 to land that fish. 12 if we don't go with the drag. So if we took the 6, the 3, and the 3, um, we would land the fish. We could do 3 minus 1 and get the momentum token. Then we could do 6 minus 1 and get another momentum token. And then finish out and then take the, no, that wouldn't work. Because it's minus 1 for each die we take. Well, we can spend a finesse. So that's how we could do that. So let's go ahead. Here's our die. And then that doesn't mean putting him onto the 2 column, which gives him a chance at a coho. Uh, What happens if we flip? We don't want to. So we could flip this one if we landed on momentum twice, and we could reel for 3 and change our lure. We don't want to change our lure though, because we want to catch 2 grays to get our pair. 1 finesse and a cast. What's on the other side of this? Drag and 1 finesse. It's not. It spends a lot of finesse, but I think I'm going to leave him a 3, and I'm going to take a 2, and I'll spend finesse. All right. Okay. So let's do 3. We're going to spend this 3. So 3. Now with the 2, now with the 2, we could go 1 and get our drag. 6, 3. It's still the same difference. Except we only go on. Let's do that. So we'll do 2. We'll put our drag token on. and then we'll go 6. We'll land on this momentum tile. And let's take um, where do we want to cast? I think casting onto the 4 spot would be best, because then we could drift onto this brook trout. Yeah, so let's take this one, and then we will spend 3 to land the cutthroats. And we take the lead, I think. 5-4, it's even, because he gets 1 point for his hatch token. But it particularly matters. But this was good, because this way we didn't have to spend finesse. And we can now use our momentum tile. So we gain 1 finesse. And then we're going to cast onto the 4 column. So let's cast. Doesn't matter because there's no gray tokens, so we can't draw anything. But we'll cast up onto that gray line, and then we'll drift onto this brook. And now we're drawing two tokens, or 2 strike cards. See if we land this brook. And we'll drift again, and we got a gray, so we'll definitely get a fish on the line this turn. 1, 2, no. Do I want this brook? Because I can spend finesse to keep drawing. I'm going to save my finesse. And then I'm going to drift, so I could go ahead and grab this coho, get him on the line, or that dolly. Let's do the coho. And then we draw 2 more. Strike card at the bottom. So good thing we didn't spend finesse, because we've had to spend 2 to get the brook trout. And as it is, we got the coho. So we grab the coho, and that's good because this is the only coho on the board at the moment, and we do definitely want to get that achievement. That achievement is decided every game so far. And there's another dolly. So there are plenty of dollies out here, and there's also very few steelheads. So if I'm going to go for this herring, I'd be forced at this point to be trying to target this gold steelhead up in the corner there. This way, also, I get to grab a skill card because that coho was next to this rock pile. So Grayling and Brook are each worth an additional point. Okay, I hope to catch at least a couple of those. All right, and that's our turn. Angler, he casts onto the 3 column, drift up from this rock. Does he take this brook trout? No. A rainbow? No. He does advance his token, though. So right now he only gets 1, then 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Farthest I've seen him get is this 10. So if he doesn't catch a fish on a turn, he advances his token. I need to take this gray half token. All right, let's advance the hat here. And on to the next turn. We'll roll 4 dice. 5, 4, 2, and a 1. So this coho, oops, you can't really see. He is only worth 4 points, and he has 2 drags, so he's kind of a pain in the ass, actually. How am I going to land him? So I need to make it around twice, which is 10 spots, and then there's drag. So If I took 3 dice, that would be 16. Um, I need to figure out, I need to get I need to apply drag to that fish. So, uh, where do I want to send the angler? I don't want to send him to column 1. There's 3 goldfish there. So I'm going to be taking the 1. I'd like to take the 5 because, you get the most advancement on the reel that way. Um, column 2 would be okay. There's 2 green dollies for him. I don't have to decide this right now either. I can kind of, although there's no reason not to. 4 here, but that means I have to take this 2, which means I'm not really doing very much to land this coho. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the 5, 4, and the 1. Uh, and I need to get my drag on him, I need to get 3. So I can either decrease this 4 to a 3, or I can increase this 1 to a 3 by spending 2 finesse, or just 1 finesse for the 4. Oh, interesting. So this momentum tile is now on the reel 3 and change the lure. So maybe I could use that, land the fish, and then change my lure. Let's see if I can do that. So if I spend 2 finesse, change that to a 3, I get my drag on the fish. 4 brings me there, and then 5 would land it. So that's more than I need. So what if I decrease here? Then I do 1 to get, yeah. Okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. It's cheaper in terms of finesse. So what we're going to do so we're going to take this 4, we'll spend 1 finesse to make it a 3, and that lets us advance 1 and put the drag on. Now we're going to take the 1, which brings us onto this momentum tile. Now we're going to take the 5, and that brings us all the way around back onto the momentum tile, which we're not going to do anything about. We have no dice, but now we're going to spend this tile. So we reel 3 and then change our lure. So let's reel 3, which lands us the coho. These momentum tiles are, I think, a real key to succeeding in this game, is kind of getting them and using them at the right time. Great, so we've landed that coho. Now we need to change our lure. So what to change it to? So next turn, everything's going to move. See, these whites are tempting because they're going to start coming onto the board and they're going to be coming down. So we could, and they're also worth an additional point here because they're the bonus. Orange is not good. It's all clustered on this one thing. Green is possible. I'm going to go with white. I think that bonus is going to be, if I can get that bonus, that'll be worth it. Doesn't line up, white is not going to line up with this brook trout that I would like to get. But it would give me a chance at one of these graylings. So we'll change the lure to white. And that's our turn. And so the angler casts here onto the dolly. Does he catch the dolly? No. Does he catch this dolly? No. All right, 50-50 chance. Does he catch the brown? Yes. Full brown. The worst possible outcome. Well, it's not the biggest brown trout out there. So silver lining for us. Second column for the angler is a green. So he takes this green off. And we have a green rainbow trout has taken spot. Okay, on to the next turn. So we advance the hatch and roll 4 dice. 6, 4, 4, 2. All right. Well, that's really great. The 6 was going to let us cast up here, and we can get one of these white fish on the line. Um, for the angler, setting him into 4 would put him on a rock potentially. Although column 2 has just green fish in it, so if he does catch one, it's maybe uh, not as much damage. But let's see what fish we get and how we want to use the drag and our dice once we've got it on the reel. So we're going to cast onto 6. We're going to come up onto that brook trout. Shuffle up these strike cards, and do we get this brook on the line? Yes. Okay. It is not the big brook. The big brook is worth 4. But this should be pretty easy to catch. Only a drag of 1. Dolly. So I'm really happy. We are not seeing a lot of coho. So my 1 coho may carry the day. Um, okay, so we get a white hatch token. And we also actually get the strike card, or this rock card too. When revealed, tuck this card under the fish you just hooked. You may not reel this with a 4. Okay. If this fish is caught, move this skill card to your score pile. It is worth an additional point. Okay, well, I can't use a 4. I suppose that means I could change the 4 into something else with finesse, but I can't advance it 4. All right. I'm just going to put this up here now because I will land that brook trout one way or the other. So how do I want to do this? A 2 would -1 would allow me to put drag on, and then I could take this 4, change it to maybe um I don't know if I'm getting cute here with this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this for finesse. I'm going to take it for 2 finesse. And I'm going to spend 1 to put my drag on the fish. And then I'm going to take the 2 and advance 2 and take a momentum tile. I'm looking at the reverse side because if I next turn land on it again, I can flip the momentum tile. I don't love casting on the 4 or the 3. I guess the 4 would work because the hatch will advance and my white. Yeah, so why don't we take this? We'll take the finesse, gain a finesse, and cast momentum tile. All right. And the angler, that's onto this silver grayling. Does he land the grayling? No. Does he land the other grayling? No. All right. Well, so far my strategy of putting him on the rock columns is working out. I mean, eventually he's going to be scoring a ton of points for that, but um, I don't know. I think for now it's good. Mm. Okay, end of turn. Let's advance the hatch and roll our dice. 6, 4, 3, 2. All right, great. So this brook trout with drag on it, we need 1, 2, 3, 8. So we need 8 to land the fish. The 6 would do it. 6 and the 2 would do it. Um, Taking the 6 would put us onto this finesse and give us another finesse while we're at it. So we'll take those two and then we'll just see, because we're going to use the momentum to cast. We'll see what we want to do in terms of reeling next turn. So we'll take the 6 and the 2. So 6 sends us all the way around onto in our finesse back. I love being up at that 4 spot. We are a finesseful angler, and then 2 lands us this brook. All right. We get +1 for that fit because of that skill card. And our first white hatch token. Um, I guess the downside of being at the 4 is we don't get the finesse here. So do we want to spend finesse for anything? I guess we could move a hatch token. Does that make sense? Um, I don't know, because I guess if I paid 2 finesse and moved this hatch token twice, then drifting, I'd be guaranteed a fish, but as it is, I could just spend the finesse to draw another strike card. So what I really want to do is I want to catch something green so I get my set. I don't want to get, so graylings and rainbows. I think I don't want to catch another brook trout because then I need a cutthroat to pair it with. And there's lots of graylings and rainbows. So I think I want to go along this top row here, grayling, rainbow. Oh well, I will just lose on the finesse, so that's fine. Um, we'll spend that because this cast makes it definitely worth it. A free cast saves us using a die. All right, so let's draw for these for this grayling. We do not catch the grayling. I'm just debating whether or not to spend my finesse here. I'm not going to do it. Let's draw for the rainbow. Yes, because it didn't matter. We don't have grayling and rainbow is the pair, according to my reel, and we don't have either one. So we have to start somewhere. I'm putting it up on top, although a little premature. But this fish is only worth 1 point, and there's no drag, so he's going to be very easy to catch. Okay, and we take this white hatch token. In fact, I could catch him this turn with this 4. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll take this 4. We'll land on this spot, and because it's a green fish, we bump up 1 more. 2 fish on the same turn. Landed 2 fish, I should say. Okay, not worth much at all. It does complete our set, though, and we're 1 closer to 7 fish. So if we get to 7 first, the game's over. Okay, and this 3. So the angler casts here. I'm happy that the rainbow was replaced by that green cutthroat, better than a coho or something else. So if the angler catches something, it's just a green fish. So does he catch this brook trout? No. Does he catch the cutthroat? Yes. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't want to get him too high up here on this column here. Um, so that finesse is, or that fish is worth 2. His location gives him a 3 bonus, so it's 2 plus 3. So a lot of green fish. Wow. All right, so this is 3 rows, so that's gray. That's a still a unique. It's a unique hatch token. He doesn't have gray yet, so that's worth an additional point for him. Okay, end of turn. Let's advance the hatch and roll the dice. Low roll, 4422. All right. We have the white fly tide. I think we're going to want to change that. Blue is looking pretty good. So we want to go for a grayling. I think the rainbow, because the rainbow pairs with the grayling. I mean, we've already caught 2 silverfish. So in terms of optimal, we want to get, if we want to get 2 of these sets, we we need another green and another gold, and then we can catch for the 7th fish, we could catch one of any color. So I guess we could catch this grayling. Um, go for him, but there's also this green one up there. I think we go for the green one. And maybe we just try to end this game quick. We just go for easy fish, land them quick, and try to race them to the finish. I don't know. But we can definitely land a green fish this turn. So we can leave him a 2. There's just green fish in the 2 column. So give him the cheapest fish, the least valuable fish. So we'll take these dice, and let's take a 4, and we're gonna, well, first, I guess we need to spend a finesse to change our lure. And then um, we're gonna we're gonna spend another to increase this to a 5 so I can cast above the grayling. And I'm gonna cast onto the rock. Because then I can drift onto the grayling and draw 2 strike cards. I don't want to drift. I don't want to deal with that brown trout. It's not worth very much to me. All right, so let's see if we catch this grayling. This is the one we want, so hopefully, we got lucky. Look at that. All right, grayling on the line. I was prepared to spend at least 1 finesse to see if I could get him. Um, he's worth 2 points, a drag of 1. And there's a green cutthroat. Boy, all these green. There's not many. We're kind of. I think we're getting a little lucky this game with the card draw. There are no co-hosts to worry about. There are very few goldfish. Not goldfish, but gold difficulty fish. Okay, so grayling, 1 drag. We could just take uh, both of these and land him without even worrying about drag, and we could get a finesse back. We have to, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to take the 4 first. We'll land on the +1 finesse, and then we'll take the 2 and we'll come here. But because he's green, we bump forward and land ourselves the grayling. All right. No momentum tiles, so you can see how those really fueled me for those first few turns, either casting or getting a reel and a fly change. Um, don't have not landing on that spot the last couple turns. So see if what the angler does. He is casting onto the green dolly, and does he catch it? No. Does he catch the other green dolly? No. Boy, he is just not doing very. Oh my God! Did not catch anything. He's up to the six. Okay, on to the next turn. Well, I am nearly assured to beat him to seven at this point. I have a 5-3 lead. Now let's see what we roll here. Six. Whoa, 6-6-6-5. Oh man. Wonder if I could end the game this turn. Probably not. Um, wow. All right. Well, what do we want to catch? So we have the rainbow grayling combo. We have a cutthroat brook combo. So we could try to build another combo if we wanted. Um, we could just catch whatever we catch, maybe. I don't know. We've got blue, so let's see. If we cast five, we could draw, and then there's nothing. We could move a hatch token if we wanted to. We have to do that before we take our dice action, though. Um, I mean, spending a finesse to do that. We could spend a finesse to draw an additional strike card. So we could draw one on this dolly, two on this grayling. If we still don't catch it, spend a finesse. So it's one finesse either way. So I think I'm gonna cast with this five and cast here onto this dolly and this gray dolly. Or silver. So this could be the big dolly eventually. So do I catch it? No. This could be the big grayling. Do I catch it? Or get it on the line? No. Well, I'm going to spend a finesse to draw an additional strike card. There we go. We have this grayling on the line. It is not the big grayling. So I would get a bonus star at the end of this game if it were. Ooh, and there you go. There's a big rainbow. Ooh, that would be nice. That would pair with this grayling and give us another three sets. So we really like the look of that fish. Okay, so blue. There are only sixes left, so I'm definitely going to take six. So it has a drag of one. Well, both of the I don't really have a choice here. So both sixes, six brings it around um, by five, and then we just do it again and land ourselves the grayling. All right. Six fish. We're looking good. We're looking good, folks. Um, Silent Angler does have a 6-point bonus up there, but overall, I like where we're at. So he casts here onto the brown trout. Oh, I needed to draw a skill card. Got to do that. So I can draw, let's see, this has two stacks, two left, this has three. Oh, okay, cool. I guess a one I can treat, is it just once a turn? I can treat a one as a two. Let's check that. Um, yeah, so I guess once a turn I can, you know, take a, change a one into a two. All right, so let's draw for this, for the angler. So does he catch this brown trout? No. What about that brown trout? No. About the dolly? Yes. Okay. That is also not the big dolly. There's a goldfish. All right, now they're coming out. So he does discard from that deck because he caught it adjacent to it. And six is a white. There's no white, so we move our way around and come to the green. Well, he already had green, so he doesn't get a bonus point for that. All right, here we come. So this, we're rolling five dice, so he's going to get two past this turn. I would like to end the game this turn, if at all possible. See if I can do it. I also want to land this gold rainbow. So gold, I don't know. We'll see. Might be too much to ask. 6, 5, 4, 4, 3. Okay, well, hmm. So we have a blue. We have the blue lure, a blue fly attached. Um, so I guess we keep it because we don't particularly want any other fish. You'd have to spend finesse to change it anyway. So maybe if we take the 5, we can drift onto him and draw two strike cards. And we're prepared to spend finesse if we need to. You know, there's also a gold rainbow here. I could take this 3 and drift twice and be in the exact same position and save the higher dice for reeling. The problem is leaving the angler the 3 puts him onto a rock column. So these 4s and 5s are also rock columns. So I'm decreasing his chances of catching a fish. All right. So I've thought this through and I'm going to go for this gold rainbow. Now I'm not going to be able to land it this turn, more than likely, which is going to give him an additional turn. And it'll give me an additional turn. So I might be able to catch another fish as well. Um, but I'm not so concerned about next turn. He's just going to get one cast. Maybe I can land him on the rocks somewhere. Um, and I think this goldfish, I think it'll come out I think it'll be about equal. Because if I could catch one of these green fish and just be done with it, I wouldn't get another set here. Um, and then the difference in this. So I think it's worth it to extend the game and go for this goldfish. So, uh, and I'm going for this one rather than this one because I want to make him cast into this 3 column. There are only green fish here and there's a rock. So if I give him a chance, if I were going to put him in the 4 column, um, I guess I could put him in the 4 column if I catch the rainbow, but I don't want to give him a shot at a goldfish because that would let him complete his another set there. So in any case, let me cast here onto this dolly, and then I'll drift onto this rainbow, and so I can draw two strike cards. I do have 2 finesse, and I'm prepared to spend all of it to draw 2 more strike cards if I have to. So let's see. First time. All right. No spending finesse needed. This is not the big one. The big rainbow is worth 7. So worth 6 has a drag of 2, and there's a gold cutthroat. Well, he's going to have a shot at a goldfish unless I take both of those 4s. Taking 2 4s does not really help me that much. 1 4 is not bad. I can get the momentum tile, and then if I take the 6, I land on drag next turn. So I don't make a ton of progress, but I've applied drag to the fish, and I have a momentum tile. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll take the 4 and we'll go 2. And I think do I want a free cast, or do I want to? I'm going to take this one for a reeling and a lure change. I may be low on finesse, and I don't want to spend it to change lures. So take that, and then I'll take the 6. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So we land here, and we put our drag on the fish. So we're all set up for next turn. We have some additional reel here. We need to get a total of 9 next turn to land the rainbow. The angler casts into 3, column 3. So does he land rook trout? No. Does he land the rainbow? Yes. Okay. Rainbow. So column 3 is gray, no gray. So next is yellow. Rainbow's worth 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, now he casts onto this gold throat. Please don't catch this gold throat. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. That might be the game, guys. Oof. That was the worst thing that could have happened. Um, I guess I keep forgetting to draw. I could draw one of these for getting that rainbow on the line. So 2 finesse to put drag on the fish. Okay, whatever. I don't think I would have used that. And then he discards here. Oh no, that's not good. That's I think I think I got greedy. Maybe I could have just caught this, gone for one of the green rainbows, and ended the game. I guess everything being equal, he would have caught this rainbow. He would have landed on it and caught the gold anyway. So maybe not. Maybe it's all as it should be. All right, next turn and last turn. Sorry, this section here is a bit chaotic. I'm going to move these up here. Just scoring tokens anyway. Um, so there's my skills. There's my uh, momentum token. Okay, so we roll 4 dice. Oh, low. This is low. So we're not going to probably not going to be able to get an 8th fish. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we need, what did we say? 9. Okay, well, we could leave him. We're not leaving him the 1. Look at that column. All golds? No way. Ideally, I leave him the 4, 2 green fish, and uh, Yeah. And actually, so this cutthroat is not quite as bad as I thought because he's only caught one silver, so he only has one set. So we want to keep him away from any column with silver. So that means taking the three. 3, 2, 1. Well, we could use our skill card to make this a 2, and we have this reel here. So we're definitely going to land the fish. We're not gonna get another one on the line. Um, that's fine. That's fine. Well, let's do it. So let's take, we're taking the 3, 2, and the 1. We'll take this 1 and we use our skill card to make it a 2. We'll come here onto this finesse. And then we'll take that 2 and we'll get the rainbow closer. And we'll take a 3, get ourselves even more finesse. And then we'll reel them in with this momentum token for a final 3. We could change our lure, but there's no point. We're not going to do it. We can't cast anyway. And that's our 7th fish. So we have declared end of game. Oh, the angler has one last cast. So he casts on to this grayling. Now, if he doesn't catch anything, he gets 4 additional points. I think that's probably better. Catching one of these is probably going to be worth more than 4. So I guess I would prefer that he doesn't catch any fish. Doesn't catch either of them. So let's see what he does. No. Catch the cutthroat. No. Boy, these rock columns are really working out for me. Definitely decreasing his number of fish. Let's see if that was correct. Well, the cutthroat's worth 1, and so is the grayling. So it's the same. It's the same. Because he gets +3 for every green fish. So 4 there, 4 here. No difference. Okay, well let's see. I'll total up the scores and see if I did enough to beat the silent angler. All right, coming back, and that was not even close. I blew him out of the water by 17 points, 62 to 45. Definitely the outlier so far. Every other game, it's been 4, 3, 5 point difference, and this was 17. There was a bit of luck for us in terms of which fish came out. And so there were lots of greens for a lot of the game. There's only one coho the entire game, which we caught. So I didn't have to worry or try to steer him away from coho. Um, he only got one set of 3. Some of that was my choice in terms of where I put him. But, there's that. So there's definitely a little bit of luck. I also was able to put him onto these rock columns quite a bit, and so kind of slowed him down. There were 4 turns where he didn't catch a fish at all. So, that allowed me to end the game, um, sort of take my time maybe a little bit more in picking which fish I wanted to do, and build up my sets. So, uh, I also got 4 more achievements. So I got 2 balanced fishings here. I think I got the cutthroat there and then the location itself. So I got 4 more stars to fill in before the next game. Coldwater Cove is up next. And now his bonuses look a little bit tougher. So he'll score a lot more for his hatch tokens, I think, than he has been. He also gets 2-point bonuses for several different kinds of fish. But also we turn over one of these hatch tiles to the 5 side. So there, instead of over the course of a whole game, there being 2 turns where we roll 5 dice, there's going to be 3 turns. So he's going to get 3 turns where he's taking 2 casts. So that's going to be, he'll just be even more accelerated in terms of catching fish. And I guess the other difference you notice here in these, as you progress through, is the rock cards move higher and higher up the stream. And I think the reason they do that is because if you want to put the angler onto the rock cards, you have to use a higher value die rather than taking it yourself. So whereas here you could get away with just sending a one off on him. If you want to send a one here, have him cast on one, well, he's going to be getting three fish, three attempts. So I think that's part of the consideration they're making here. In terms of how I spend these points, I'm tempted to just put them all into bonus points and just get 4 more points before this last game. Um, I kind of don't. I'm not going to beat him to 7. I don't think. Additional finesse is not really going to be that helpful. So I think just putting it all into bonus points is probably the way to go. I'll confirm that before I start the next video. So thanks for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this little journey up the stream with Freshwater Fly. Join me next time for the next playthrough. Hopefully the last one, and that means I've beaten him.